life for granted day after day, doing their thing. Sometimes it takes a jolt, a crisis, to make a person say, hey, wait a minute.
When I roll out, I don't roll out to make a statement, but to be cool. I just roll because I like it. Leaping Larry on the road again. Welcome to This Is Your Life. Lawrence W. Dilworth, a.k.a. Leaping Larry. I just wanted to do that preliminary because back in the day they used to have a program called This Is Your Life. Okay, my name is Lawrence W. Dilworth. I got my nickname Leaping Larry back in 1986 when I did a skydive for Channel 7. I was born with spina bifida. If you don't know what spina bifida is, Google it. It's when I was at my birth in 1944. I had an open spine, which caused paralysis. I was really blessed because I walked up until 1982. 1982, I had my left leg amputated on my 18th birthday. So I've been in and out of hospitals most of my life.
Yeah, I was ambulatory with just my prosthesis, and then it came to where I had to use a walking stick. Then I just got up one morning to go to work and just hit the floor. I knew I needed help. I wasn't going to work. I just fell into a void. I just wasn't doing anything. You know, I just lost faith, I guess.
There's really only been two women in my life that I really wanted to marry. And the first one, we went to business school together. And I haven't seen her in eons, but she's still fine as hell. And the other lady friend of mine, we got into a lot of shit together, and she died from an overdose of drugs. But to make a long story short, I went to 3 rehabs for alcohol. I mean, I could out drink 300-pound men. I mean, I could drink, man. I used to pour a shot in my eye to let my stomach when I was on the way. I would drink that much. And it got to the point where I ended up being in a rehab center in Henry Ford. Doctors told me if I didn't quit drinking, then I was going to have liver damage and all that. And I just went through the rehab and went back out and started drinking again. I didn't care.
I'm Eric Vaughn, owner of Eric's I've Been Framed Shop and Gallery, located here on Livernois across the street from University of Detroit Mercy in Detroit.
What I think about Detroit, born and raised in Detroit, D-Town forever. They can talk about Detroit all they want, and all these people moving downtown, and all these people that come on TV say they from Detroit. They ain't from Detroit. They from the suburbs, man. If you're not living in the inner city, you're not from Detroit. You just claiming Detroit because we're getting famous. You ain't from Detroit unless you live in Detroit. And they don't want to live in Detroit. So suburbs to you, enjoy it.
I remember about Larry has always been a positive. I mean, everything is so positive with Larry. I said we could bottle it up and put it and sell it. That would be great. Because, I mean, all the time, every time that I talk to Larry, it's been nothing but energy and positivity and everything is just great for him. And you would think that someone being in a condition that he's in, you might not have such a positive outlook, but Larry is a ball of energy. He's like the energizer buddy. He's going all the time. And, you know, he's always been like that. I've never, ever seen Larry down at all. You know, always has a happy face and always talking about some of the things that he wants to do, some of his goals. And Larry's got to be, about 60 years old plus. So, you know, he lives life right now for today. He's always has a positive outlook and moving forward. And he's always been very helpful as well. He's always asked me, well, Eric, I can pass out some of your cards and get some of my friends to come by. But he's always been like that ever since I've known Larry, you know. So I just try to help out in any way I can.
wants to be around a person that's down in the dumps and talking negative all the time. And I found that. I found people were shying away from me. And it wasn't so much, you know, the drinking. It was, I had developed a negative attitude. You know, nobody wants to be around that.
I'm a very spiritual person, and my dad told me about a year before he passed away that doctors told him when I was born with spina bifida. And he waited until his 98th birthday to tell me this before he passed. He never told me growing up, never mentioned it, that they told him that I wouldn't live to be 50 years old. Well, I'm 20 years beyond that now because I turned 70 last year.
It's not promised to any one of us. Life is so short. You know, before you know it, it's gone.